everyone. Thank you all for taking the time to attend the Astra Foundation's launch. The Astra is all about creating jobs by promoting entrepreneurship. So it is fitting to start the function by lighting the lamp at the hands of entrepreneurs who have benefited from the Astra services. I invite some of them to please come up on stage and light the lamp. Mrs. Shubhangi Bhumlekar, who runs her own spice business. Ms. Shravana Chaudhary, who's on her way to start her own fashion business. Thank you. In this launch event, we want to tell you what the Astra's mission is and what we are doing in order to fulfill it. The Astra is Dr. Anand Deshpande's vision. So who better than him to tell you about it?
Good afternoon all of you, and thank you all for being here. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this event today and share with you the story of the Astra Foundation and how we got here. It was in November 2012 when generally life was good. I had turned 50 in May and Persistent was doing well. Sonali and I have had several casual conversations about ideas on how we could contribute to community development and social programs for many years. My friend Sridhar Jagannathan was visiting us during one such conversation and gave the wise advice of dividing life into 3 parts: learn, earn and return. Call it the itch to do something more, or you may call it midlife crisis. It was time to move beyond coffee conversations to real action, and we started to conceptualize the Astra Foundation with a mission to find and solve some hard problems in India that would benefit a large number of people. Something that would make a difference. I have been a big fan of Bill Gates for nearly 30 years. He has been a source of inspiration for me. Microsoft has been one of Persistent's earliest customers, and I have been a regular visitor to the Microsoft campus since 1992. I have always been very impressed by Bill Gates' ability to define a big vision and then passionately drive the organization to make it happen. Naturally, I have been a keen follower of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation from the time they started in 2000. Like Microsoft, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has defined ambitious vision to solve large problems such as global health and education. The Gates Foundation website quotes Warren Buffett's great advice about philanthropy. Don't just do safe projects, take on the really tough problems. Living in India, it's not difficult to find tough problems to work on. Our population continues to grow and it's nearly 1.3 billion, and it will exceed that of China by 2030. As of 2015, more than half our population is under the age of 25. Think about it. We have more than 25 million people at every age from 0 to 25. That's a lot of people. Education and healthcare are the most obvious tough problems to work on. When it comes to addressing challenges in education and healthcare in our country, we are looking at 3 constraints: availability, access, and affordability. Affordability can be addressed in 2 ways: by making things cheaper and by fueling the ecosystem where people have more money to spend. Having spent 25 years in the technology industry, I wanted to find a problem where I could apply what I have learned, mainly technology and scale. I also wanted to focus on a problem that could keep me going for many years. I have really enjoyed my 25 years of running an entrepreneurial venture, and I got very excited about focusing on job creation as our tough problem to work on. Steady income can have a significant impact on the individual families and ultimately on the society. As they say, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. We set ourselves a target of creating 100,000 new jobs in the next 5 years. After some quick analysis, it was clear that we could not achieve these targets if we focused only on the job seekers. We needed to focus on job creators. In a country like ours, small businesses can be a powerful engine for growth. To quote the McKinsey Global Institute study from February 2014, urbanization is bound to happen at a rapid pace in India, and if we need to focus on manufacturing, construction and non-farm services jobs as a driver for growth. With this in mind, we changed our goal of creating 100,000 new jobs to enabling at least 25,000 new small businesses with a special focus on services businesses. Businesses such as catering, tiffin box service, snack counters, tuition classes, beauty salons, photography services, healthcare services, etc. These businesses typically employ between 2 and 10 employees, and 25,000 such businesses would easily help us achieve our goal of 100,000 new jobs. We started our journey by meeting agencies that were already very active in this area. We met with banks, vocational institutions, Midcon, DIC, SIDBI Ventures, and looked at other models such as the Deshpande Foundation, Kherwadi Social Welfare Association, BYST, etc. and spoke to friends and family members who have experience in running services businesses. We realized that these fine institutions are already doing a phenomenal job in this area. Government also considers job creation a priority activity, and there are many government schemes for employment generation, for training and for supporting entrepreneurs. The National Skill Development Corporation has a very ambitious target of training more than 150 million people by 2020. The banks are also very keen to fund small businesses, and they even have schemes to provide collateral-free loans to entrepreneurs for micro and small enterprises. Despite all of the above, we found that there was something missing, and as part of the Asra Foundation, we have attempted to address that. From our conversations with entrepreneurs, we quickly realized that our systems are not well set up for entrepreneurs to succeed. We have systems and processes that seem so complex that they appear to have been set up to trap the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur needs support, training, guidance on a continuous basis. While many other programs have the concept of mentor, we have introduced a concept of an Udyog Mitra. The Udyog Mitra is a well-trained paid employee of the foundation who support these businesses as friend, philosopher and guide. We propose to have one Udyog Mitra for each of these 250 different businesses that we are planning to focus on. Each Udyog Mitra will guide 100 similar kinds of businesses, will have data and best practices about businesses, and will be able to provide precise guidance to ensure continued success of these businesses. The target on hand of making 25,000 small services businesses happen was daunting, and unless we streamlined our processes and made them self-service, there was no way we could get there. We decided that the best way to go about this would be to focus on automation and repeatability by building playbooks and templates for entrepreneurs to get started and to help them run their businesses very efficiently. We call these playbooks business in a box. We are in the process of building 250 of these and believe that if we have about 100 businesses set up for each of these 250 businesses in a box, we will get to our goal of 25,000 small businesses. We hope to show you some of the templates that are ready. On our website, www.deasra.in, any registered user can access detailed templates that guide the entrepreneur on how to start and run a business. Our templates are based on a 6x6 grid. The process is divided into 6 stages: plan, start, fund, set up, market and run, and each stage is further divided into 6 steps. We are focusing on providing complete and detailed templates on all aspects of starting and running a business from an individual entrepreneur's point of view. We have 25 such templates ready and are able to create 6 to 8 every month. We have observed that many entrepreneurs that we met are not very comfortable with English, and we have started to convert these templates into other languages. Marathi versions are already available online on many of the business in a box templates that we have today. Beyond business in a box and the Udyog Mitra, the Deasra Foundation has established partnership with Legal Logic to provide back office for shared services. Many entrepreneurs do not have precise knowledge about the paperwork and compliance requirements, and businesses struggle to maintain necessary documentation and compliance. We believe that our back office for shared services can provide a great service to these businesses in helping them stay compliant with regulations and processes. We already have an understanding with 8 banks for funding the businesses we have identified. We are keen to establish more such partnerships. We are working very closely with banks to help entrepreneurs become loan worthy, and then we are helping them succeed by tracking and helping them through various stages of the life cycle. Most small businesses need to invest in technology and automation to be successful. We have built a technology solution to help small businesses manage their transactions. The concept is for parties to dazzle their transactions between each other over a cell phone. We have set up a few partnerships to support mobile wallets and mobile banking to allow small businesses to efficiently transact in a peer-to-peer network. Finally, customers are the life and blood of any business. With large number of businesses we have a network. We have worked on different schemes to use our effort, credibility, and the collective power of the business in the ecosystem to help with sales and marketing. To summarize, the Dayasra Foundation is a Section 25 public company and was actually incorporated on 31st of July in 2013. To increase our outreach and to encourage self-employment, we are launching our monthly magazine, Yashasvi Udyojak, today. I am proud to state that Sonali and our children, Riya and Arul, are fully on board this mission. In fact, ASRA is actually the first 4 initials of the family members, Anand, Sonali, Riya and Arul. We added DE from Deshpande to help us getting a domain name, because otherwise you cannot really survive without a real domain name. And ASRA was too common. I would also like to acknowledge the support I have gotten from the Board of Directors of Persistent Systems, where their guidance and encouragement was crucial in my getting this far. Clearly, we have set ourselves to address a tough problem. We have an ambitious plan and we don't have all the answers, but we have the resolve and passion to make a difference. We need your help and support, and I hope we can showcase some of what we have done so far and get your guidance on how to proceed from here. Thank you very much.